The way I do this, I'm just going to quickly divide this into groups of, I don't know, 8 or 10 or whatever I can do quickly here. Because, into, two, like the 16, like we did on the back. I just want to be able to have, this isn't that critical, but I need to be able to work back and forth off the center, okay? All right. Now I'm going to start in the middle, okay, with 2 groups on either side. They have, 4, 8, whatever, okay? And I'm going to go over, just like we did on the back, but the 2 groups are going to split and come up on either side. All right? Everybody see that? Everybody has that? Okay? Now, I'm going to tie what's the first half of a square knot. All right? And what you want to do is pull up, tension, really make sure that this is tight. First half of a square knot. If I tie the second half of a square knot, it's a permanent knot. And the more you tension this, the more it's not going to come out. So that would be fine, and then you come along and you go, oh wait, there's a problem, there's a cross thread. And now I'm trying to dig out a square knot to fix your threading mistake. So I never tie the second half. What I do is I almost tie the second half, but I leave a loop so I can get it out. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It's just this, like the second half is like a almost but not quite, so I have a way to back out of the alley, okay? I'll do that again. I sort of did it quickly. So we have half a square knot, and instead of tying the other half, don't finish it. Just pull a loop through.
If you have anybody has horses, it's the same as a quick release knot.
Quick release knot for a horse. Yes. Okay. Now, I've done one bundle in the center. I've tied it as tight as I can. Now I go to the side and I click once. I just tighten the ratchet once, one click. Okay, it doesn't matter what loom you are on, tighten one click. Now I'm going to move to 2 bundles. Okay, so two sets of pairs. Okay, so there's a pair on one side. All right, tighten up, quick release, and tighten up. And it is a little awkward in the scale of this loom. Bigger ones are easier to work on. Oops. Okay, tighten up. And then I do a pair of pairs on this side. Okay, let's do those. Okay, space is really tight to work in here. Again, I take them through, I split, I come up on either side, I do a half a square knot, and then a hitch, and just make sure this bar stays parallel.
Yeah, that's a problem. I always have.
It is, I know.
It
kept right. Okay.
Yeah, rocking.
All right. So I did the center one. I clicked once. I do a pair on either side of the center one, and I click again. For all my more experienced weavers, this is really important because it's a physics thing. By the time you get to the end, there is this thing that's created with a middle soupy. You never, ever have this. Katie Meek's book of Working with a Trapeze is the only place I saw this written.
And I've always had to go back and retighten my center.
There you go. There you go. Okay? All right. And then we're going to do 3 pair on either side of that whole thing. But you don't have a warp that wide. So if you were working on a full-size warp, you would do 1 pair in the middle, click. 2 pairs or 2 bundles on either side of that, click. 3 bundles on either side of that, click. And then 3 bundles, click, 3 bundles. So it's a 1 click, 2 click, 3 click, 3 click, 3 click.
The 1, 2, 3 method.
It's the 1, 2, 3 method.
Okay.
Okay? So those of you who have, yeah. All right, I'm just gonna split these into this. But what you'll see is when you get to the end, everything is nice and tight. And that's what's critical here. Yeah, somehow I didn't start in the middle. I don't know what that was about. Or I know I didn't do a second bundle over here. Oh, well, nobody died. Yes, when you think of all the things in life that go wrong,
Well, also the stripes are not centered.
and that, yeah, that, I think that's ruined. All right. Life with Brianna.
No, because the dark side has 30.
You know, she'll say these things.
The dark
you
side
know.
has
I don't
36 ends, and the light side has 24.
Should have 26, but somebody messed up.
24 ends, so there's a discrepancy by about 10 ends.
I was so grateful for you to do it for us.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, now, I'm going to just advance this a little, so I actually have room to weave, okay? And you'll notice this is beautifully tensioned all the way across. Now, the first thing we do is we have a stiff drink, and then we open the shed and make sure that there are no cross threads. One
That's
and
gonna
three.
scare the hell out of me.
Reality check.
Bingo, we're good. We're good. Nope, there's one.
Another
Oh,
student.
no.
There is one.
Walk away.
All right, how do you